Hey, everybody, welcome to WCA Extra. Starting just a few minutes late today.
Yep.
Just wanted to get Peter on the horn as far as what we're looking at as we start to head into this weekend. A lot of that wet weather on its way, got its way here today.
Yep.
And, we've been talking about this all week, and we'll be sure to have more coverage about it, of course. But,
Yeah.
Peter, as Debbie makes its way to Vermont and the North Country as well, what are we looking at as far as the rest of the day?
Yeah, hard to believe that we've been talking about this really
Yeah.
since last weekend, and now we're starting to see some of the rainfall out there. The rainfall that we saw last night, earlier this morning, kind of a precursor to the heavier rainfall that we really start to get here as we head towards the afternoon and evening hours today. Take a look at satellite radar right now again. Still seeing some steadier rain showers out across New York's North Country and into northern Vermont. Now off to the south, a little bit of dry time down in that direction. As a matter of fact, I want to show you Rutland right now. They are seeing a little bit of dry time right now, but again, we all start to see a few more steadier rain showers begin to head in our direction as we head towards this afternoon and this evening. Here is the view on satellite radar once again. I wanted to show you this. We are actually starting to get reports of some lightning in places just due north of Middlebury, right along Route 7. I've seen other reports of a few rumbles of thunder, a few strikes of lightning, seeing some heavier rain showers out towards Ferrisburg, Elizabethtown in New York, out towards Plattsburgh. Here in the Burlington area, we're starting to see a few heavier rain showers out there right now. But this rain that we're seeing right now, this only kind of the lead up to some steadier rain showers that we start to get in later today. Take a look off to the south, down towards Pennsylvania. All that rain off to our south, that's going to gradually begin to fill in here as we head towards later this afternoon and into the evening hours today. So here's how the day shapes up on Futurecast again. We head into this afternoon right around noontime. I actually think a lot of us find a little bit of a lull in the action, a little bit of dry time out there, but then rain showers begin to fill in once again here as we head towards later this afternoon. By about 3 o'clock, New York's North Country starting to see some of those heavier and steadier rain showers. We run forward the clock towards 6 o'clock, and I really wanted to point out this. You can see 6 o'clock. Take a look at some of those deeper shades of orange and red, really implying that we could be seeing some downright heavy torrential downpours at times, maybe some thunderstorm action within there as well. That begins to shift off to the north and east here as we head through the evening and into the first part of the night tonight. By about 7, 8 o'clock, now Vermont's starting to see some of those heavier and steadier rain showers once again. The good news is this really a fast-moving system. Take a look at how quickly it's out of here. By about 10 o'clock tonight, I think most of us actually starting to dry things out. Still got a few leftover rain showers across southern, eastern portions of Vermont, as well as into northern New Hampshire. Then we head towards about midnight, 1 a.m. Now most of us dry. I'll run the clock all the way towards the day on Saturday and actually take a look at that. We actually get a good amount of sunshine going here as we head towards the day tomorrow. Before we can see that sunshine, though, some of us have a hefty dose of rain to get through here as we head through the course of the day today. All said and done, I generally think much of Vermont probably going to be talking about additional 1/2 inch to 2 inches of rain here as we head through the afternoon and evening hours. The further to the west you go, out across New York's North Country, that's really when we start to see those rain totals begin to add up a little bit more. They could be talking about additional 1 to even 3 inches of rain, and even out towards the St. Lawrence River Valley, you can see those deeper shades of red there. I think some places out in that direction could be talking about an additional 3 to even upwards of 5 inches of rain here by the time we're all said and done here as we head towards later this evening and tonight. With that in mind, a flood watch up for New York's North Country, as well as north central, northeastern Vermont, as well as into northern New Hampshire. That's for the heavier downpours that we're going to see later today. Again, flash flooding a possibility here as a result of all that rain once again, and we're saying we're definitely going to be keeping an eye on here, especially as we head towards later this evening. So again, to sum it all up, the greatest impacts really this afternoon through the first part of the overnight hours tonight. The heaviest rain, as I mentioned, off to the west. Generally going to be talking about 2 to 4 plus inches of rain across New York's North Country. Elsewhere across Vermont and New Hampshire, I think we're talking about 1 to 3. With that in mind, again, flooding are definitely a possibility here as we head towards later today. Both river flooding and flash flooding a possibility here. Not only are we talking about the rain, but there is also the isolated potential at maybe a few strong to severe thunderstorms as we head through the afternoon and evening hours today. You can see the entirety of our area encompassed under that green highlighted color. That's a level 1 out of 5 risk here when it comes to severe weather. Biggest potential threats being some gusty winds, as well as the potential for a highly isolated weak tornado. Again, while we say that word tornado, that could perk up your ears a little bit. Again, I think that's a very isolated threat, but nonetheless something that is present and something that we want to keep an eye on here as we head towards this afternoon. Another thing that we have been keeping an eye on here for the last 24 hours is it does seem like we get in on a little bit more wind here as we head towards this afternoon, this evening. Take a look at this evening. Start to see maybe a few gusts upwards of 40 to 50 miles per hour, especially along the western slope of the Green Mountains and into the Champlain Valley. Really is kind of a short time frame when we start to see that wind. You might as well say it's between about 5 o'clock and 9 o'clock tonight when we could see the worst of that wind. Then it quickly begins to let up here as we head towards about 10 o'clock, even towards midnight. You can see those winds quickly beginning to diminish. With that in mind, a wind advisory up for the Champlain Valley as well as for the western slope of the Green Mountains. Winds out of the south, 20 to 30 miles per hour, with gusts upwards of 50 miles per hour possible as we head towards this evening. Now look at the temperatures out there, starting off the day in the 60s and a few lower 70s. I think we generally make it back into the low and mid 70s here for most of us as we head towards this afternoon. Again, rain definitely heavy at times here through the afternoon and evening hours today. Tonight, rain begins to wrap up, and as a matter of fact, most of us should be dry here as we head towards the early morning hours on Saturday. By about 1, 2, 3 a.m. tomorrow morning, I think most of us are now dry. Overnight lows tonight, they fall back into the 60s. We head into your day tomorrow. I think most of us are dry, starting to see a little bit of sunshine beginning to emerge. Temperatures back into the 70s here for daytime highs for your day tomorrow. Now look at that 7-day forecast. Again, today really the highlight on the 7-day forecast. I think we start to see a little bit more sunshine begin to emerge here as we head towards your day on Saturday. The chance at a few showers Sunday afternoon and into the day on Monday. At this point, any of those rain showers not looking anything like what we're seeing today. Then a little bit of nice weather, summer-like weather, and more sunshine emerging here as we head towards midweek next week. So again, you're definitely going to be keeping an eye on the flooding concern. I actually just want to quickly show you something else that I did not have in my forecast before. When we mentioned the river flooding not a huge concern today by any means, but just wanted to show you this. These are the 3 rivers that we're really keeping an eye on. The East Branch of the AuSable River at AuSable Forks, the Great Chazy River at Perry Mills, as well as the Otter Creek at Center Rutland. I just also will show you this real quick as well. This is for the AuSable River at AuSable Forks. Again, you can see we start off right now not in flood stage at all.
Yeah.
That quickly begins to rise here as we head through the night tonight and into the day tomorrow. Expected at this point to crest in moderate flood stage. So again, river flooding not a huge concern with this system, but something that we'll be keeping an eye on. Also be keeping an eye on that flash flooding potential. Really, the risk of that really begins to ramp up here as we head towards later today.
Yeah, and Peter, I think what we've also said throughout this week, and this might be some news that people gloss over, and it's more it's news you can use, is just really be prepared for anything.
Yeah.
I know Sophia Thomas this morning, and she talked to some emergency response officials, emergency management officials, and it's just stuff like, bring an extra water bottle, batteries, change your clothes, flashlight. Yeah. If you're at home, close all the windows, stuff like that. Just be prepared for whatever comes your way, because you don't want to be on the other side of that where.
And also an important reminder to make sure you have a way of getting any alerts sent to your phone, like flash flood warnings. Yep. You could download the WCAX weather app. We send out those flash flood warnings for whenever we get them. And again, be mindful of that here later today.
Actually, brought up a good point. I wanted you to remind me of the thing from this morning. Some standing water reported. Was it Route 5
in Linden, yeah. They had a flood warning out in that direction earlier this morning. That was allowed to expire as planned here at 9 o'clock. But again, we are still going to be keeping an eye on definitely some of those low-lying areas in the Northeast Kingdom. And again, the potential of maybe some additional flash flooding here as we head towards later today.
Of course, as you go throughout your day, be prepared, be safe.
Yeah.
And of course, you can see Peter and I again at WCAX at noon. We'll have the governor's press conference at 11. You can tune in for that. as well. And of course, we'll be covering all of this both in the studio, out in the field, all throughout today and this weekend as well.
Yep.
Yeah. Thank you, Peter. And I think that being said, we'll let you guys go, get out and start your day, of course, and of course do it very safely if bad weather comes your way. So.